Hi, 𝙒𝙗𝙩𝙚 here with 𝙒𝙗𝙪 Designs. Today I want to show you how to do angel wings, patriotic angel wings, on our new numbered wing board. And I'll show you where the zip ties go and what color goes where. And let's get started. First, let me show you the new board. It looks like this. This is the side that the back side. On the front side, it's like this, and it is numbered to show you where the petals need to go. Okay, we're going to start with number 1 right here, and then 2 is here, and 3 is here. So I'm going to go ahead and put some zip ties in. Now on this number 1 hole, you go in the hole, and then there's only one place to go, and that's toward the outside of the board. So go ahead and do that. And I'm going to go ahead and do that on both sides. I try to work both sides at the same time so that I don't get confused, actually. So there we go. There's 1. Now here's 2 over here and 3 here. So 2, I'm going to go in the middle hole and in the number 2 hole. It's hard to pick up. Here we go. Okay, there's 2, and 3 will go also in that middle hole right here. Okay, and you'll come up through number 3. So you've got a shared hole in the middle, and it'll look like that. All right, let's go ahead and do the other side. Okay, there's 2 and 3. I'll also do that through that middle hole again and up through the number 3. And by the way, this is the same way that I load my boards for my angel wings that aren't patriotic. So let's keep going. We're going to go to do the same thing on 4, which is right here. I'm going to go through that middle hole and up through that number 4. There it is. Okay, now I'm going to go again to get to the number 5 hole right here. I'm going to go in this hole, middle hole, okay, and up through the number 5. Okay, so I have that, and this, it looks like this, okay, and this one down here. Let's go ahead and do this side. 4, middle hole up to the number 4, and middle hole again up through the number 5. All right. Let's see here. Oh, there it is. I don't see number 6, but because it looked like an 8. All right, number 6 and 7. Instead of, we're going to go. Let's see. We're going to go again in the middle and up. I'm going through the 6 again. And in that middle hole again and up through the number 7. There you go, like that. Let's keep going up on this side just to save time. Number 8 is this outside hole. Number 9 is the inside hole, and 10 is the middle hole. So what are you going to do with that? There's 3 holes. What's going to happen? We're going to break up this pattern right here. All right, because we've got 2 and 2 and 2, and if you keep going in that pattern, it's going to look stacked. It won't look organic, and we don't want that. So we're going to go through the 8 hole and to the outside of the board. All right, like that. Then we're going to take another zip tie. We're going to go through the 9 to the outside. Okay, so this, the 8, 9, and 10. Here's the 8, the 9, and what are we going to do with this 10? All right, you got a choice here. It doesn't really matter which one you choose, but you go in either the 8 hole or the 9 and come up through the 10. So that you have 3 zip ties this time. And what that's going to do, it's going to break up this pattern so that it doesn't look stacked. All right, now we've got 8, 9, and 10. There's 11. It says a 1, but it's supposed to be 11, 12, and 13. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go through 11, and 12, that. And I think since I went through the last time, I went through the this side to the middle, I'm going to go from the middle to this side. It's not going to, it won't matter, but you can do it either way. You're still going to have 3 zip ties right here, and it'll stack up just perfectly. Okay, now we keep going. I'm missing the 1 there again. Hopefully you won't have that issue on your board. All right, 14 in through the hole and to the outside like that. Okay, 14, 15, same thing, only this time you're going toward the inside of the board. So we have these 2, 14 and 15. 16 is going to be the same thing. I'm going to go down through this 15 hole and up to 16. Okay, so we have these 2 rows, number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 are the exact same. Now 17, well, it's 17 is over here. 16 was here in the middle. So we're jumping around so that they're not always laying the same way. All right, we're going to go through 17. Hmm, 18. Okay, now look, this time we've got this 19, and it's between these 2 holes right here. So I'm going to assume to go through this one and this one, since that 19 is not over that middle hole, it's in between. So I'm going to go in between. So I'm going to just go through 18, 18, and come up through 19. Okay, here's 20 and 21. 20 is on the inside here, and so that means I have to go in and out through the middle of the board, that is, toward the middle of the board. And 21, I'm actually going to go, see, it's closer, it's in the middle, it's not on this edge, so that means I'm going to go 21, 20, 20, 21. So I'm going to go down that 20 hole and up through the 21. Well, this is where your wing starts to take shape. It's where the curve shows up, and it's just perfect. Okay, now let's go for 22. It's also right here, and 23. Look at this one. These you don't go in the middle. There's a spot there that the laser, well, look, it just didn't pop it out. Okay, But still, this is how you do this. 22 and 23, all right? Gonna skip that middle hole. All right, let's see. All right, 24 is in the middle. And we're just gonna put the zip ties in. The numbers really help when you start putting your petals in place to make sure they go in correctly. Your wings will always look better if you follow a pattern rather than randomly placing them here and there. Okay, so I've got 24 and 25 and 26 up here will go to the outside. Now, when I am doing regular angel wings, this is usually where I stop. I don't use these holes. You don't have to use these holes, but you can if you want to. So let's go ahead and do that because we're going to be putting an eagle head on this one. I'm going to show you how to use a bow, but I'm going to do an eagle head. I'm going to go in the 27. If I can pick up the zip tie. All right, there we go. And 28. Yeah. And you know, there's not a 29 hole, but if you wanted to, when you get down to this part, you could add a zip tie there. If it doesn't look right, add one. All right. This is where you'll stop on both sides. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, put the zip ties in, and then I will be back and show you about the petal placement and which color goes where. I'll be right back. All right, now that I have my board loaded, let's go ahead and start adding the petals. Now, what I discovered was you need to go red, white, so that the white is next to the blue, which is at the very top. So we're gonna start 1, 2, and 3 with red. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me bring my camera down. There we go. All right. Now, one of the things that I do when I'm making petals, I'll put 5 of them together and I'll clip them on the curved side. And I can see the finished edge on top here. So I know these go on this side right here. Okay. And let's see. These, again, I clipped them, and all the ones that go this way, that go on the right, that are in red, I have clipped with this color so that I don't get mixed up. So they're gonna go like that. So let's go ahead and take one from this side. And we're gonna put it right here in number 1. And you can see already what that's going to do with the length of this wreath. It's going to really, really make it a lot bigger than what we were doing with the heart frame. So I'm going to take the one that goes on this side with the finished edge on the top and put it right here. And what I'm going to do too is I'm going to make sure that these are about even, but I don't want them touching. I don't want this, okay? I want this, all right? So we're gonna keep those there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these zip ties because they will get in the way. Now, let's do more red. So we're gonna go to 2. Now remember, it matters on the order. So this is number 2, there's the 2, and it's on the inside. So we're gonna put this one here. And I'm also going to go ahead and put in number 3 right beside it. Okay, we do the same thing on the other side. 2 is in the middle, well, facing the middle. There we go. Remember to always, when you're zip tying your feathers on your board, you want them you want to make sure that the zip tie, this one, is above this. Not above, I mean below it, because you want, if you don't, they might not be, they may slip out. So when you do it this way with the little nub, I guess, from the petal above this tie, it won't be as likely to shift. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these. Okay, we've got a good red base. So let's go ahead now and add white. Let's see. I've got a basket full of petals. Okay, here's... Okay, here we go. These, again, go in toward the middle, and these go in toward the middle like this. Okay, so let's start with this one. We've got, so we've done 1, 2, and 3 with red. We're going to do 4, 5, right beside it. I'm going to spread those out just a tad. Put this side in. 4. Five. Cut these. Okay. Now we're going to go to 6. And this time we're going to do 4 petals in white, and we only did 3 in red, but you'll see how this works in just a few minutes. Okay, 6 and 7 both get white. Again, make sure that your finished edge is on top, that you've got your petals facing the right way, which is in toward the board. Always that curve going in toward the board. All right, let's go ahead and do 6. Whoops, no, 7. That's 7. Do 7 first. Again, I'm using horizontal wide stripe mesh. It's my preference. You could, as you could see, that deluxe mesh looked pretty good when I folded it. I was surprised, to be honest with you. I wasn't sure how that was going to work. But I like this because it holds its shape really, really well. Okay. Cut these zip ties. And you have it. We're going to go back to red. Okay. All right. This is what we have. I'll go ahead and show you. This is what we have. You can't really see. There you go. Okay, that's what we've got so far. Now we're going to go back on this side, or this side, and we're going to start with the red again. So, and this thing gets pretty big. So if some of it is out of camera angle, that is because I've had to scoot it off the table. All right, let's go ahead and come down. All right. I see that 8 is on the outside, so we're going to start with 8. And 9 is on the inside. Do them in order. Don't decide to just, oh, I'll just put them in doop, doop, doop like that. You got to do it in the order, because you'll see how the petals lay. It just looks better. You might as well use my what I have discovered rather than trying to, do it yourself. Okay, let's put that one over there. Here we go. Had to get some more red. Okay. And this one goes on top. Now see, I broke that pattern that we had with the one here, one here, one here, one here. This time it went one here, and then one in the middle. Okay, let's do this other side. Okay, 8 is on the outside. Sometimes my zip ties seem to get hung. All right, there's 8 and 9. And look how this is matching up. You see that? And I'm also going to go up here and push that. I want that to curve like up like that. Okay. Now let's go ahead and do. Let's see, is this right? Yes. Ten goes right in between these two. There's number 10 right there. So it goes right here. Okay. Yes. Let's cut these zip ties. Right. Now let's do another row of white. As you can see, you're not going to use as much white or red as you do blue. So we're going to go up. All right, here's 11 is on the outside again. Let me see if I can get you guys a better angle. There we go. All right, we're going to do 11 in white. Oh, here we go. The clip is hanging on my basket. I can't get it out. Okay, here we go. Here's the white, and this one is kind of, see how it's smashed? I want this to come up, so I'm going to spread it like that so that it comes up like that. Okay, 11 went here. 12, here's 13, but 12 is right here on the inside. So we're going to go there. And then 13. Now, I want you to know that if you are not pleased with how it looks, if you think that the blue should be higher or what have you, then go ahead and do that. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do another row of white. I'm going to have to cut the zip ties in order to do that. I want to see I didn't write down what I did the first time I did these. So I am trying to remember how I did it. Okay, here's 14. And then 15 is on the inside, facing the inside. We'll do one more. So we actually did 6 here, which means we'll do 6 on the other side too. Okay, and that's going to be all of our red. So basically all you need, I'm trying to put these back together in their little clips so I don't lose them. All right, you're only going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of red on each side. So that's not a lot at all. So we're gonna put these up, these reds, and we're gonna get the white. Okay. Okay, we've got the red, the white, the red, the white, red, and we're starting with number 11 on the left, right, excuse me. Stick this in here. And 12 is on the inside, 13's in the middle, so go to the number 12. All right, here's number 13. All right, we're gonna have to cut those zip ties to get them out of the way. And we're going to do 3 more white. Now, I guess if you wanted to, there's no reason why you couldn't start with white and do it just the opposite of what I'm doing, if you prefer. But the way I have it right now, 6 reds for each side. And we'll have, let's see. Oh, we've got 6 white here, 7, 8, 9, 9 white on each side. So with your mesh, you'll be able to do, several of these if you with one roll of mesh of each of the color. Because you're not doing very many, and you're cutting them at 10 inches, so you can really, this can go a long way. All right, now we're getting into the blue territory. This is going to go back in here. All right, let's get some blue. All right, this thing is getting really big. I don't know if you can tell. This is what we're looking at right now. Now, I will go ahead and tell you this. Do you see how those are curving? what I do is I put a big clip on this bottom one to kind of weigh it, so it will, so I can train it to lay flat. I'm gonna have to lay it down to do this side. Okay. Just like that. And that will train these to not curve backwards like that. Just go ahead and clip them and just let it sit there while you work, okay? All right, let's get the blue started. Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can figure out the best way to do this. Okay, I'm gonna bring it down again. And there we go. And we've got 17, well, you can't see my hand, can you? Okay. We've got 17, 18, and 19. So, making sure, again, that our finished edges on top. Okay, so we're going to start with 17, 18, and I will tell you this too. I've pretty much, last year when I was doing these on heart frames, I pretty much stayed with the royal blue, but I have worked some with the navy and it is beautiful. So if you want to use navy instead of royal blue, you sure can do that. Definitely. Let's go ahead and finish this side, and you'll know exactly how to do the other side because it will be the exact same way. And I can do that off camera. All right, now we have 20 and 21. 20 goes, is this end hole going toward the outside. I mean the inside, excuse me. I don't know where that came from. There's 20, and this one, I'm gonna get the string off. I did wood burn all my mesh. It just seems to do better. Now, I see an issue right here. Right here. Let me cut these out of the way so you can see better. We are going to go ahead and add another. See how you can see your board right here? Let's add another zip tie there, going in the 21 hole and to the outside like this. All right. And we'll go ahead. I need some more blue. And put one there too. Yes, definitely. Okay, so that's there we go. That's what you need to do. Okay, go ahead and add another another blue feather or petal or whatever you want to call it. Okay, now we're going to go to 22. And 23. Let's cut those zip ties. Okay. And we're not gonna, it just has numbers for these two holes. There's a hole there, but we're not gonna use that one. We're gonna go ahead, and we've got 22, 23, 24 is in the middle up here, and that's gonna take care of this gap we have. So we're gonna go into 24. There's, see that curve? That's what we're doing right now. We're making that curve, that pretty curve. Okay. Now, 25 is right here. We're almost done with the side. Mm-hmm. 26. 27 and 28. 27 goes here. Oh, I missed one. I missed 25. I wonder what this was. I'm going to go ahead and stick one underneath here so that I'm in the right order. My goodness, how did I do that? Okay. There we go. That's so much better. All right, and now we're going to add one more. Well, let's see. That's all. Now with the blue, I cut up a whole roll of blue, and I've just about used it all here. Okay, there's 28. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put one in this last hole right here. I'll go through this one and up through there. So we're going to add an extra. We've added 2 extra petals into holes that did not have numbers on this particular design. Okay. And this one, I want this to be a really pretty one. So make sure that it's got the right shape and no threads or strings hanging around. Okay. Now, let's take a look at this and see if the blue needs to go up further, if we need to change the position. I don't think that's, well, we could take out this row of blue and go ahead and put red in there. Let's see what happens if we do that on the other side, and then we can decide which one we like better. How's that sound? Okay, let me see. Get these out of the way. I'm talking about a lot of petals here. Okay, we're going to do another row of red on this side and see what happens. Okay. Golly. Y'all, it's coming off my table. It's too big. Okay, here we go. All right, we've got here's 17, 18, and 19. So we're going to go to 17 right here. And we're going to try this and see which we like better. Whoops, I just threw one on the floor. Oh, got to go to 18 first. See, I was going to do what I've been telling you not to do. Don't go out of order. Okay. Now, we can decide which side we like the best and change whichever side needs to change. Easy peasy. Oh, here it is. Okay, now let's start with the blue on this side. Okay. And we've got 20. Let's see, where is it? Okay, we've got 20 right here. $21 on this outside. I didn't put a zip tie there for some reason. Oh, that's a skinnier one. I want a heavier one. These are 8-inch zip ties that I'm using on the board, and usually on the with the petals, the zip ties I use are usually 6-inch. I think I've got some 8-inch though. Okay, and then there's one right here. And remember, we added one where there was no number. Okay. Keep going. Here's 22. And 23 right here. We have 24 in the middle, 25, and 26. It's 24. 25 is on the inside. Oh no, that was 25. 26. $27 is right here. Oh, I did that again. There's another one. I did the same one. That's 25. 20, okay. I'm going to put it in there. And to make sure it goes where it's supposed to, I'm going to lift this one up because this outer one's supposed to go over this one. There we go. Now then, 27, 28, and then remember we added another one in the middle to make 29. So I'm going to go down this 28 hole. Right there. Okay. There we go. Now we get to decide which side we like better. And I'm thinking that this side works better as far as balance goes. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's look at this. Let's see what we've got. Gosh, they look almost the same, don't they? But I do believe that this is the side that I want to do. The one that we just did, which means we're going to take out, let's get these up. We're going to take out these three, okay, and replace them with red. So let's see here. I have some wire cutters here somewhere. There we go. Not big ones, but that's okay. And we just go ahead and cut these out. Actually, it's almost better to go on the underside. Make sure you cut the right ones, though. Okay. I'm going to pull these out. Get these zip ties out of the way. So this is number 17, 18, and 19 that we're changing out and putting red in there. Okay, let's put these back together. Use them for another wreath. And we'll put the red in here. Okay, well, first we got to put some zip ties in there. Okay. Let me see if I can show you this. I'm trying to turn this where you can see the numbers. Not sure if I can. Okay, we've got 17 right here and 18 on the inside and then 19 in the middle. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to add a red. And then we're going to go over to this side, the far number 18. We've done 17. Here's 18. I'm having an issue with my zip ties. Just having a hard time pulling them. There we go. And one more. And you can go, I'm just gonna go through the 17 hole, which is this one right here, this outer one. You can't see. Okay, this one on the outside. I'm gonna go through that hole and up through the center hole that has no number. And put me a red petal in there, or feather, however you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. All right. There we go. Now then, there we go. All right. This is what it, now, I like this better, don't you? I think, and this, see how this one comes in more? This one's going this way. I'm gonna kind of change that so that they kind of match. And that means this one will come over some too. There we go. And if you want to, you can take so that you've got more red showing. You can pull out the bottom and pull the top, see, and make it like that, kind of layered, rather than just it, so it doesn't look like it's just 3. It looks like it's more. There we go. See that? All right, I'm gonna come back in just a minute and show you this on my stand, and we'll work on it from there. Okay, be back in a minute. Okay, we're at the point now. We've got all of the mesh on the board. We get to decide if we want a bow, an eagle head, or I don't know, something, a star, something. So these are my medium and large finished heads. They look like this. All right, and on the back I have the wire sunk into, this is made from hot glue, so the wires were stuck into the hot glue, and boy, I've got these are stuck together. I'll have to cut them apart, but these wires can go in the back. You can wire it right in. So we get to decide the smaller head like this, or the bigger head. I think the bigger head is size-wise better. Okay, now, say you don't want to do an eagle head. You can always do something like this. A bow. Just like that. And that's pretty. Okay, just get you some patriotic ribbon and design a bow. So you have options here. Today I'm going to go ahead and put this eagle head, the large one, on this board. Now here's what the back looks like on this one. Okay, I've got 2 sets of double wires. I've got some holes there. Let's see what we can do here. I think I may put these right here in these holes that are actually on the hanger. Let's see if I can do that. Yes. And that means, if I can hold this up, that the 2 bottom ones can go in the bottom holes of the hanger. Okay. And now I can go on the back side of the board and just pull those wires through to get my head just where I want it. Let's see. Okay. I'm just going to twist those wires for now. I'm not going to permanently attach it just yet. And that's what it looks like right now. Okay, just pretend this isn't here. Now what I would do at this point is I get these feathers off Amazon. Just search white craft feathers, and I also have royal blue because some people want the blue to stand out. And all I do is I take some feathers and I hot glue them to cover this up here, and also this right here. Actually up here, sometimes I go ahead and put the blue feathers to cover the blue petals, but I'll take the white and go all around his head on down to about right here. It'll lengthen him and make him look a little bit more realistic. Okay, so that's what I do. And then after I do that, let's get these picked up sort of, I go ahead and glue on stars. Now again, I get these again on Amazon. I believe these are 1.5 inches, not positive, But I also get some that are smaller and more playful looking. So I'm going to take my glue gun. I'm going to put some glue on this felt star. Okay. And this is stringy glue, let me tell you. And I like to start and put close to the face. So we'll put one there. And take another. And then I'll go over here. Ah, it's hot. And like I said, this glue is very stringy. And let's do it again. And it's your choice of where you want to put the stars. This is just the way that I like to do it. Okay, this one. Let's do. See how I've done that? Okay, see how I've done this? Gone this way? I'm going to do that on the other side. And after this, I just start scattering. I'm trying to keep the number of stars that I put on the blue equal on both sides. Let's see. I'm going to go over here and way over there. I don't know if you can see that. So that means I'm going to do the same on this side. It's this one. There we go. And then I just, randomly place them. I'll just go ahead and do this side since I can reach it. You know what? We could put another one right there. Now, one thing that you don't want to do is put too many stars on it because it starts to look really busy when you do that. So, I think I'll go right here. Okay. See if you can see that. And I'll continue to put stars on there, only this time I think I will go to the smaller ones because I'll mix the size stars up. Use the bigger ones and the little bitty ones. Okay, so that is how to put together a Patriotic Eagle wreath on my new numbered wing board. I hope that this has been helpful, and if you have any questions, please send me a note through Etsy. I see that every day and I get those messages much faster than the others. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. God bless. Bye-bye.